Yeah. So before we start, do we have any prior knowledge to AI or prompting? No. Yeah. So um, before you start to prompt or before you start to use any AI tool at all, whether it's for image creation or you want to use the AI as an agent to be able to work with a co-worker, you have to learn prompt engineering. So robots and tech, they work with ones and zeros. They don't fully understand human language. Yeah. So to make the outcome, yeah, you have to know how to talk to the AI. Not just not the AI don't understand it like this. Let's say you're chatting with an AI and you ask it some questions that it doesn't understand. It won't give you a very reasonable answer. So you have to give it precise key text productivity that you're looking for. So that's where AI outputs. Do you understand? It involves structuring your request with clarity and specificity of AI tools can generate accurate, useful results, whether that's or anything, like I said. So why does it matter? The quality of AI generated results depends on how well you communicate your intent. Clear, well-structured prompts lead to better outputs, fewer iterations, and faster development cycles when building websites with AI tools. So you can't just, if you want to like build a website, you can't just say maybe you are an educator. You can't just say build an educator website for it's not specific. So you have to tell it the specific thing. Build a website. You don't have a dashboard. What do you want the thing to look like? Like do you want to have a login system? Does it have end or front end? So you have to be specific. And why you have to be specific? Because most of these tools are premium. So you have to know how to use your credits. Like when you get your premium account, every prompt that you type counts. So every prompt that you use, it must be perfect so that you will not waste your credits that you have paid for. Even if that you put must be perfect. No room for excuses. Prompts. We have the zero shots. Zero shot just means that you just go to Claude, you have your idea on your head, then you direct it from what you have in your head without. So the second one is chain of thought. Chain of thought is just like as we are doing now, we are teaching a process. So that's just how AI is. Before you get your main prompt, maybe you want to site, you can talk to the AI first. Maybe, hey Claude, you want to generate a website for this. It responds. You send another, okay, this is how it's supposed to be. It gives you an answer. You send another prompt, okay, from here, this is how it's supposed to be. So those are just the basic two types of prompting: zero shot and chain of thoughts. So front end. So the two basic components of the website is the front end and the back end. So that's what makes up a full stack. So when you hear somebody say, I'm a full stack developer, like you all know, it just means that the person does front end and back end. The person in charge of the creation of the entire website without having to, have a partner. If you meet the person, you want to create a website, the person creates everything, login, library, database, everything. So that's front end and back end. Like it says here, front end development focuses on what users see. So there's something they call UI UX designer. You understand? So and then you meet the UI UX designer and tell him, okay, you have a skincare product, but then you want to know how the website will look like. So the work of the UI UX designer is like a graphics designer, but it is more complicated. So the work of the UI UX designer is to design how the website will look like, plus how the animations, but the website will not be responsive. It's just whereby you can scroll down just like a video style design. So that's basically what front end is. The layout of how your website is. the pictures is buttons, colors, all those things. That's just basically what front end is. Like we know Facebook, if you go to Facebook, Facebook has where you can post, you can add to story, reels, you can chat, you can do pages, communities. So that's basically the front end. What you are seeing, how you interact with the app, that's front end. So back end, if you go to back end now, like we go to so front end focuses on what users see and interact with directly. This includes UI design with HTML for structure. HTML just means hypertext markup language. So HTML, there are different languages. If you go into the actual coding, there are different languages to build websites. So what they use for front end in coding is HTML for the structure, then CSS is for the styling. CSS is for the colors, the just basically colors. Then JavaScript for interactivity. So JavaScript here works in the sense that there are some websites that you'll be scrolling, then when it goes to the next page, there's like an animation. When you swipe down, it gives you one type of animation. So that's what JavaScript does there. The how you scroll, maybe if you click next, maybe the thing will start spinning, or you click login, then maybe there's something loading. That's what JavaScript is. How those animations, that's what JavaScript does. So this is what front end is. Front end developers create layout, visuals, and interactive elements like buttons, menu, forms, navigation, everything you click, scroll, or see on a web page. That's the work of the front end. So that's the beginning part of creating your website. That's the beginning part of how the front end is basically the skeleton of the website. So the front end will now determine how the back end will come in. How if maybe you have a split job, maybe you have a front end artist and a back end artist. The back end artist cannot, it's the front end artist that will tell the back end that okay, these are the sites you just do your own login system, do your own payment stuff. That's all. I've created the layout of the website. That's all. So that's basically what front end development, front end dev. So when we now go to back end, so you can see all those login systems. When people log in, the people that have access that created the website, they have all data runs on a server, on a database, and that database runs on a server. So the backend handles servers, database, APIs that power your website. It manages business logic, data processing, and user. When you log into a website and they tell you the code has been sent to your email, go and backend. That's backend. What runs behind of the website? What runs behind to make the website work? That's backend. Just the meaning of backend. All the critical functionality users never see. So what you don't see on the website, because the website is running, but you don't know what is powering it. That's where the backend is. So common backend technologies include Node.js, Python, SQL scripts, database. These common components work together to store data, processes, and deliver dynamic content from front end. So the beauty of this class or this project that we're doing is that you don't have to learn these languages. They are called languages. Python. If you hear what language do you like in coding, if somebody asks you what language do you use to build, or what language do you use to code, this is what you say. Either you use Python, or you use HTML, or you use Node.js, or you use SQL, or you use Java. There are many other languages that that developers use. So you have to be consistent in one. Some people are just HTML users. Some people are just JavaScripts. They only use Java. The C sharp, the C plus plus. There are many languages in the web dev industry. So I think you're writing, Abi. You're writing. Um, so front end versus back
We'll
end.
definitely have this.
Yeah, user interface, client-side code, visual activity, use HTML, CSS, JavaScript, what users see and interact with directly. So backend, server logic, database, APIs are like tools, that missions. So there's actually a software that can help you run your automations in the sense that Zapier, it's they have free tools in the sense that you can set an instruction with that API, you know, when a particular email text you. Maybe you are working with a company and you constantly receive emails from that company. Yeah, you can set that API, that Zapier automation API, in the sense that you can say, okay, once this particular email texts me or I get a message from this email, text automatically. Once you get that email, you just receive an SMS that's so email, or you can use a subject. You can give it anything, and the way AI is advancing fast, tools, it's you can connect your Telegram free with Zapier and connect many other things that will automate your Google Sheet, Google Form, calendar, every information. Like maybe if you have classes, you can just sit down in your house and then Zapier will just be automating, be telling you, okay, tomorrow is this class. You're having it at so place. It automatically send, maybe if you've done, maybe if you register students for a program, yeah, that's Zapier. Or maybe you have a message you're supposed to send tomorrow at so day. Zapier will automatically send the messages to all the emails on that Google Sheet for free. So if you have classes now, you want to organize it well, you can use Zapier to just run all the programs for, and you can connect AI to it in the sense that maybe you want it to send with a message. You want to send a document with a message, but you don't want to be thinking every time. You can set that automation in the sense that once that message to connect with that AI. So that AI will read that document or something to create the message by itself. The AI will create that message and send it automatically to your students, or so that's how API works. You know, API is used for, you can connect API to WhatsApp, to many other things, and you can also, stuff like that. So, what is full stack development? Like I said, it's the combination of full stack development combines both front end and back end skills to build complete web applications. A full stack developer manages everything from the user interface to server logic and database operations. This enables creating fully functional websites or apps from start to finish. AI tools like Lovable can generate full stack coding from natural languages prompt, dramatically accelerating the development process. So Lovable is a very great app because you can do both front end and back end on Lovable. And anti-gravity too is very great. It has many tools. It has more tools than Lovable, but it majorly focuses on front end. The layout, design wise, is very more beautiful than Lovable. Design wise, anti-gravity is very good. It's topping part of the topping softwares now for AI creation. Part of the topping softwares. So I mean, we are bringing. So, okay, introduction to AI website. So this is where our class starts. Introduction to AI website prompting. AI website prompting transforms natural language descriptions into functional website. By interpreting your descriptive prompts, AI tools automatically generate the underlying codes and design elements. This is dramatically speeds this dramatically speeds up development by automating repetitive coding tasks. For example, a simple prompt like build a portfolio page with contact form can produce a complete working web page. That's the beauty of AI coding now, whereby before you even build this portfolio page with contact form with coding. To even build contact form, you need to know JavaScript, and JavaScript is one of the top languages. But now you don't even need to know JavaScript. You just type, do your prompt engineering, and it gives you everything down. You just have to know how to do your prompt engineering. That's all. That's where AI prompting comes in. So overview of Lovable. Lovable is an AI-powered full-stack web app builder that transforms natural language prompts into complete functional websites. It generates both front-end and back-end codes, supports multiple languages, and integrates database seamlessly for rapid prototyping. Gone are the days whereby, you know, when people were starting, they had to use code, and then WordPress even came in. WordPress was even trying. WordPress was, actually, I feel that WordPress has a very big impact in the AI industry because WordPress made it like, very simpler for people to create websites without having too much knowledge of code. So that's where AI has come to completely solve that aspect of not even having any knowledge of code. You just need to know the keywords that you use to build your website. Because even if you have to code, even if you have to prompt, you still have to have knowledge of these words that they use in the coding industry to be able to. So that's where the prompt engineer, you still have to know those words that they use in the coding industry, like contact form, sign up, all those things. So you'll be able to tell that AI what you really want. Because you can't say sites for prompting quickly. Key features include drag and drop, editing, template suggestion, and responsive designs, ideal for landing pages, portfolios, and marketing sites. A site whereby a site whereby you just if somebody asks for your portfolio, do we have portfolios? Do we have portfolios? Like the client asks for a portfolio, do we have portfolios? So it's always good to have portfolios. There are many apps you can put all your works and everything. So if somebody asks you for you'll see all your, whether it's Google Drive that you have put specific videos or books, whether it's all your social media, whether it's pictures, whether it's anything, it will all be in the portfolio. So that's what portfolio is. And you can also use this AI building to create a portfolio. So you don't have to detect have and to show for. Getting started, I mean, we are all here. So sign up for Antigravity, choose your web page type, select from options like landing page, portfolio, website marketing, get your templates and suggestions. Write prompt just like Lovable, review your site, upload designs, make final adjustments, publish. Antigravity handles hosting, so your site goes live instantly with a shareable URL. I mean, that's basically what the AI prompting is. Yeah, so writing effective website prompts. So like I said, every prompt counts. Every prompt counts. Even if even those pro creators that they pay for the highest subscription, every prompt that they do counts. Every prompt counts. You have to, because they basically use credits, and the more if you have 500 words of prompts, it takes more credits than 200 words. Is per words. Do you understand? So the more words you type, the more credits you use. The more words you type, the more credits you use. So be specific and clear. Design the page type, whether it's e-commerce or fashion or e-learning, you know, features, dashboards, login details, you know, calendars, reminders, login activities, YouTube Live, whatever. That's the feature and the style you want it. Whether that the style has to do with the animation. Whether you want, as you are scrolling down, you want it to have a very nice animation. You want the color like you want it to have like a warm feel, like warm colors like light blue or sharp colors like red, yellow, whatever. That's what style. So use concise language that leaves no room for ambiguity. So ambiguity just means for big words. Ambiguity is big, ambiguous. That's just what ambiguity means. For ambiguity, that's so you don't have to stress AI telling it just having up to 500 words for with big words, the AI will not understand. So, for example, create a modern landing page with a hero image, sign up form, and testimonial section. Include the examples. So, it's always good to include examples like images of websites. So, we can go to the site called Pinterest. Pinterest is for pictures. Pictures. So Pinterest is industry standard. If you have a website idea in your head and you want to know how it looks first without prompting, you go to Pinterest, then search for the website, e-commerce website on that Pinterest. Then Pinterest will show you different designs that you can just go around the library. Then you can save one or two references. Then you can take those reference and take to the AI prompting, then attach as reference, then list whatever you want. You can also tell it to recreate that image of that page. And you can also go to somebody's website, copy their website link, and take it to the AI and tell the AI to recreate the site. That's with the link. You can tell the AI to recreate that site link for you, and it will automatically recreate it from beginning to end. From beginning to end. So that's just including examples and context. When helpful, provide examples or assign the AI role for better results. Avoid over broad requests. Instead of make a website, that sounds very human. That's a very human language. Make a website. No, you computers don't understand human feel. So you say build. That's when you understand better. Build a clean portfolio site with projects gallery and contact info. So that's just basically what's writing. For prompt examples for websites, landing page. So that's very common. The landing page is, when somebody opens your website, where the first thing they see, on your website is your landing page. So if you go to Nike, be on their landing page. If you go to Flutterwave, you'll be on their you first be on their landing page, whether it's Facebook or anything. So it depends on how you want your landing page to be. Whether your landing page should be, maybe if you open the website, it's going to be a sign up, or if you open the website, it's going to be a portfolio. So that's what landing page. So for a landing page prompt, you can also use create a modern landing page, whatever, with hero image, sign up form, and testimonial sections. This prompt specifies layout elements and key conversion features for marketing sites. So portfolio, build a clean portfolio site with project gallery and contact info, clear and concise. This prompt guides AI to create a professional showcase with essential sections. Refining your AI generated website is an iterative process in the sense that after your first prompt, create a landing page, whatever, create your page. So you now have to follow up by, okay, because it will add sample images, it will add everything sample. If there's create a website to add pictures that are just for it to be there, to add it. So you can also follow up means just, okay, you can tell it, okay, the picture that is here, add my own picture. The write-up that is here, add this. The ebook that is here, my ebook. The name of the website, change it to this. The email, change it to this. Editing it. And editing is not that you click on it, you just be chatting with it. Change this to this, change this to this, change this to this, and it will be changing it for you. It will be changing it very easily. You don't even need to code. So refining your AI generated website is an iterative process. Use follow-up prompts to make incremental improvements. That's the more you prompt, the more you are building your website. Basically, what building a website is. Update layouts, move the navigation bar to the side. The navigation bar by you don't like it, you want it to be on the side. Add features, dark mode. When you click, there might be a button you click to change light mode or dark mode. add a dark mode, toggle to header, fix issue. Maybe the contact form is not responsive. You can fix it to make it responsive. In the sense that if you click contact form, it directs them straight to WhatsApp, straight to your WhatsApp, or straight to email. So contact form can be any, it can be a Google form, it can be WhatsApp, social media, it can be emails, it can be anything. So enhance styling, maybe the color or the design, you don't like it, you can always change it. Use a blue gradient background for the hero section. Tip, make small and focused changes and test after each iteration for best results. For best results. Common mistakes and how to avoid them. Vague, when something is vague, it's not very understood. When something is vague, it's very unclear. Vague just means unclear. Vague or incomplete prompts. Writing prompts that lack specificity leads to poor AI outputs. Always define the page type, features. You have to know all these things: page type, features, style, and structure. Instead of make a website, try create a portfolio page with projects that are important for scope and create over reliance and AI. In one prompt overwhelms. Like I said, putting all the, maybe you want to generate a website and you type everything that you want the website to be. You type everything and send to the AI. No, that's not good. You have to break it down. You have to break it down so that the AI will give you a better output. Like I said, every prompt counts. Requesting too many features in one prompt overwhelms the AI because these AIs, they run on a data server. A data server. If you want to go deep into AI now, artificial intelligence, machine learning, you realize that these AIs, they are not running on your system. They are not using your system, software. They run on virtual machines that can be kilometers in another continent, can be in US, like this anti-gravity we are using. Their data servers are in US, UK, in the sense that every prompt that you are typing is going to UK. The prompt you're typing here like this, if you type prompt, is going to UK, to the data server. So they have, this whole room can be a data server of different virtual machines. So every prompt you type, it goes to the data server, then it goes to one virtual machine. So that virtual machine does all the processes and sends it back in milliseconds, not even seconds, milliseconds, milliseconds. So everything goes fast. So imagine typing too many things, and people around the world use these AI platforms. So sometimes you might be using the AI platform like anti-gravity. Since anti-gravity is very popular, you might be using anti-gravity, and then because of Nigerian network or something, to tell you maybe error, you now have to try again because of traffic in people using the servers. So that's just basically it. So always review and manually refine your AI generator. Don't assume it's production ready. Always review it. Yeah. Lovable versus anti-gravity. So basically, we've done this. Lovable is for full stack and back end. Full stack code generations with backend support, database integration, and API handling. Best for complex web apps. MVP is projects requiring server side logic and authentication. Like what you need, we'll use Lovable. So anti-gravity, front end focused with design rich. So anti-gravity just has a better design. That's just the, and drag and drop customization. Best for landing page, portfolios, and marketing sites where visual appeal as speed are required. Like maybe a fashion website. All those people that they just need something, they don't really need too technical stuff. They don't work with too many data, like maybe an ebooks or YouTube live or teaching sessions. They just need something that people just go to and see their images, just images, nothing really much, and just log in and nothing much. So that's what anti-gravity is good for. Yeah. Then the next side, okay. Hands-on exercise. We'll go to that later after the end of the slide. Best practices and tips. Plan your site structure before prompting. Use clear descriptive languages that specifies page type, features and style. Start simple with basic prompts and iteration gradually to add complexity. Test your generated sites thoroughly thoroughly across devices. Like so, um, devices have different aspect ratios, and these aspect ratios, how this, maybe you're going on Instagram, the way my phone size will show Instagram will be different from this the way this phone will show the size of Instagram. So now, but that is the work of the coding. That's the work. They always set all those code that, in the sense that, because if you don't check it well, if you open your site on another phone, the site, maybe you open, maybe you do the coding on a small device, or you don't check your coding thoroughly, and you open it on another phone, the site may be showing like halfway. It might be showing halfway, or it's not fully showing. So you have to check it on multiple devices to see how well is the layout is. So that's just a normal thing that a web developer does. They have to check, you must check it on different browsers. Check it on Chrome, check it on Edge, check it, send it to your friends, so that they will now tell you, okay, it's showing well on my phone, it's showing well. That's You must do it. If you eventually publish the whole thing, and then somebody is opening your website and is looking somehow, you already basically wasted money, because you pay for domain and all those things. So you have to check before even doing any prompting and all those things. So okay, that's the last slide. So we'll be going into the practical session, but the practical session will be straight into making your. That's the practical session. So we won't have to waste our prompt. So we won't have to waste our prompt. So for our prompt engineer, we are prompt engineers, but we need an AI to help us. So we'll be using Claude and ChatGPT. We use two of them. So, Mr. Prince, uh, down to the creation of your website. Yeah. So we have to structure the website first before we can go into prompting. So you said you need an e-learning website, right? So are we all on Claude? Mr. Prince, I think you should open Claude. Claude. Yes, Claude. I think I opened it before. So, Mr. Prince, so like we said, you start with build an e-learning prompts, because we don't want you to build it. We want you to give us prompts. We want to refine our idea into. Okay, so the slide is not showing. We want to refine our idea into Claude, so that it can give us, Claude is an AI. So it will give us the AI language that Lovable and Antigravity would know better. So that's how we start first. Get your idea. You can sit down. You can maybe at home write how your website will be. You can be like, okay, think about many things. Then go to open your AI engineer app. So we'll be using Claude, because Claude is very good. It's very powerful. So you can say prompt to build an e-learning website, students e-learning website. Okay, e-learning website. Um, with students dashboard. So we have given it the type. We have given it the type of app or site we are building. So you guys can type your own, like you can be typing your own thing so that you can visualize your own idea with student dashboard, um YouTube YouTube live, because we want to have a live this thing so that tutors will need to come to class. They can have